Hello, welcome to DrShiny Tarot. This is a monthly reading for the month of November for my Pisces friends. Pisces, good to see you. It's been a while since I've done these readings, but we're going to start doing them again monthly. And if you haven't already done so, please go check out my introduction videos where I explain a little bit more about how I read the cards and what my method is and, you know, that kind of general stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So, alright, got a lot of wand energy here. Let's see. A lot of wand energy. So, current situation is the star in the reverse. So, this could be a little bit of a lack of, let's say, faith in the situation that's going on. You're feeling a little bit maybe like there's something that needs to be controlled, or you're kind of clinging to a sense of control, and it could be just, you know, feeling like there's a danger around or something like that, something that's kind of got your guard up, and you're not feeling really vulnerable or feeling like you want to be vulnerable, right? So what's crossing you, or what is influencing you, is the Nine of Coins. And the Nine of Coins is a person who is, very financially successful, or successful in the material realm, but she's kind of just a little daydreamy, a little spacey, her head's in the clouds a little, and she's not extremely practical. It's kind of being concerned with things that are not necessities or things that are important in the long run. This can be, you know, a little bit more of I gotta go get my hair done or my nails done and that kind of thing. Being concerned with the little bit more superficial things, right? So this could be what's the focus of your lack of faith in that everything will be okay. It'll be okay if you don't get those things done. It'll be okay if things don't work out exactly the way that you want them to, or the way you think they should, because everything is really just part of one big continuous process that's unfolding. And eventually, the cards are asking for you to feel a little bit more of a connection with the fact that everything happens for a reason, really. And I mean, that's a little bit cliche, but it's about having faith that if you kind of let go and think, well, I know some bad things happen, but there's like a Bob Ross attitude where there's no mistakes, right? There's just happy little accidents. And that's sort of the energy that you're being asked to tap into here. And what you're moving away from is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is, this guy experienced a loss. He's kind of sad about it. And even though he has, three cups in front of him, and there's another one, coming out seemingly of nowhere from the clouds behind him, he's feeling a little down or depressed, or feeling like it's inaccessible to him. And this specific energy of this is that it's within your power to adjust your focus to feel better. And I think you're moving away from this energy, so you've begun to discover that. You've begun to discover that you kind of have to just pick yourself up a little bit, or keep your chin up, and not get so encumbered by negative emotions, and it's somewhat your choice to do that. Things happen. You can't really control what happens, but you can control how you react to the situation and your how you feel about the situation. And where you're headed toward is the Three of Wands. This is what's coming up, and it's interesting because you have the Ace, the Two, and the Three of Wands here. So there's a strong sense of what's going on in your journey here. But the Three of Wands where you're headed is, I like to think of it as the waiting for the moment. There's an opportunity coming along, and you want to hit it right on the head. So it's like the energy is all gathered. You have everything that you need. You're ready to choose a direction, all of that. And this is the exact moment where you take that first step, where you put your plans into motion. And this is where you're headed. So you're not... Oh, we have a visitor. You're going to have to not be on the table today. But that's okay. He likes to interrupt. So the Three of Wands in this situation that you're moving toward represents that you're almost there to where you're ready to take that first step, but not quite. And the foundation agrees with this, because you have the Two of Wands in your foundation, which is the initial planning. This isn't necessarily acting yet, but this is gathering up and planning the resources to do something. So the foundation of this is that it's time for you to get in the right mindset, get in the right frame of mind to accomplish this journey or this goal, something that you have in mind, right? It's not quite time to act just yet, but it's vastly approaching. So get ready for it, right? So what's in the crowning thoughts? Your intentional mind. We have some more visitors. This is the World in the reverse, and the World in the reverse is you're near the end of a cycle. So whatever this project is, this is speaking of beginnings, but it's kind of like the beginnings of the end, the beginnings of the completion of some project or cycle or realization even. And the energy here is a little bit of a resistance. It's you're ready to take that final step, but you're not quite. You're clinging to something in the past. There's something unresolved, something that you need, some loose ends that you need to tie up before you embark on this journey, right? The energy is that a lot of it is complete, right? You have the material success. You're far along, and even your overall message, you have the King of Coins, which we'll get to in a minute, which represents a somewhat of a mastery in some aspect of the material. But there's still some other project that you're about to embark on, and you're a little bit hesitant. You don't really want to move to that phase just yet, right? And that can make sense, especially if you're really enjoying the phase that you're in now and you're influenced by this sort of dreamy mentality of just basking in what you've accomplished, and that can be a really great place to be. But eventually you do have to keep it moving, right? So the advice for the current situation, or it could be the energy that you're bringing into the current situation, is this is the Knight of Cups in the reverse. And so this can be a little bit, so the Knight of Cups is very quick with his emotions. He experiences extreme emotions, sometimes maybe even mood swings, that kind of thing. He's also a very romantic character because he's got a lot of passion, right? And in the reverse, this could be a reminder to feel the fullness of emotions, to not get too wrapped up in deriving continuous fulfillment and pleasure from the same emotion, to keep reliving the same moment over and over again, but to remember to explore new emotions, remember to explore the depth of what you can experience, right? Because that's what's going to lead you to a sense of fulfillment, right? But contentment is also important, but there's a balance to everything, and there's too much contentment, there's stagnation. So there's always a time to move forward, and this is suggesting this is a transitionary period in your life, and it is definitely a time to move forward, right? So in your current environment, you have, or what's going on around you, you have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Seven of Swords is kind of needing to get away from things, or to escape, or to be sneaky. And in the reverse, you're well, it's not you because it's in the environment. So this is the one card that's not talking about you, but someone's trying to get away with something, but you know a little bit better. You have an idea that something is going on, that someone is kind of trying to cheat you or get away with something, and your intuition is serving you well. But don't let your intuition just get hung up on that issue. Resolve it and get back in tune with yourself. Get back in tune with how to move your own life toward your spiritual development and all that, and to not have something in your life that is sort of sapping all of your energy in that one particular direction, right? So what's your fears card is the Ace of Wands. So a little bit weird. I've been getting cards like this in the fears a lot more recently, and this would normally be a fairly positive card, a new opportunity for action, a new some new desire or some new push, right? But you are kind of not, you're kind of resisting that idea. You're very content with where you are right now. You kind of want things to be the way they are. I mean, and if things are in the process of changing, this is a little complicated, but if things are in the process of changing, you may want to stay in that state where if things are going a particular way, they're not quite there yet, but things are going a particular way, you want it to keep going that way. You finally got a little bit of a momentum or a direction, or just, you're happy with the way things are, and you want it to stay the way things are. And I hope I'm being clear that doesn't necessarily mean things are stagnant. It can mean things that are in motion in a particular direction. But whatever it is, you want it to kind of stay the same way. You're not interested in a new direction or putting a new momentum into things, whether it be to put on the brakes or to change direction. You just kind of want to coast the way that things are going. Now, the overall situation, where you're headed in the long run, or your overall message, is the King of Pentacles. So it's suggesting that getting through this situation, and getting through it well, navigating it well, taking that final step on the journey, brings you to a place of mastery over the material. You're not going to have to worry about whatever has been concerning you quite as much, because you'll have that mastery. You'll know what to look out for, and it'll be a little bit more effortless. And here's another little kitty. This one is Cleopatra, and we always have to stop and say hi to the babies, but they have to go down as well. So the King of Coins here is a great place for you to end up. This is not just a person who has a sort of internal mastery of the material, or the ability to organize things for yourself, but it's somebody who can lead others as well, who has the ability to help others. Just abundance is really what comes to mind with this card, and that means being able to, take from what you've achieved and to help others as well. So it's a great place to end up, and I think it's a really fulfilling place to end up. So you're being asked to, remember not to get too comfortable with the way that things are or the way things are going, and to remember that there's always another step to take, always another journey. And if you keep moving, I think you'll find a tremendous amount of satisfaction from this and from life in general, right? So I think that was a pretty good reading. Please leave me some comments. Let me know what you think, if you had any questions or you were confused about something. And until next time, this is DrShiny again, and thank you for watching. Have a good one.